Welcome to Suffolk Constabulary, Bury St Edmunds, and I'm with two members of the response team, Katie Roberts and Kizzy Waite. Katie and Kizzy, thank you so much for showing Policing TV telling Policing TV a little bit about your work as response officers here in Bury St Edmunds. Starting, Katie, with you, tell us a little bit about what you do and how you got into policing and indeed work as a response officer.
I have been a police officer for a year and a half. I've nearly come to the end of my probation now. So during your probation you have a target that you have to meet, and I'm probably at about 90% now, so I've got a little bit more to go, but it's quite hard to balance everything, but we're getting there. So and then on response I have a workload that I have to deal with, and then I'll go out to jobs, from domestics to traffic incidents. It's very varied and no day is the same, really.
So as a response officer, probationer, have you always worked from Bury St Edmunds then?
I haven't, no. I did 3 months in Sudbury, which was quite good because it's very different to Bury. Bury's very busy, and Sudbury is busy, but busy in a different manner. There's not many officers there, so you're working by yourself sometimes, which helped me during my probation because at Bury you've always got backup, which is fantastic, but it's good to be independent and learn in your own way sometimes. It really helped me with my development, and then I came back to Bury and I felt like a better officer for it.
And I hope you're enjoying your probation.
I am, yeah. I'm looking forward to finishing it and then getting out and then specialising, hopefully. Yeah.
And Kizzy, a bit about your background.
So I've been in the police for 5.5 years, so that's a little bit longer. I've done response, but I've also done a couple of other roles in my time. Like my colleague said, we deal with a variation of incidents, mainly doing initial response to all sorts of things, like my colleague said, domestics, road traffic collisions, burglaries, mental health jobs, welfare checks, etc. I've been at Bury on and off throughout the 5 years, but I've also worked in Haverhill, which is a neighbouring town, and on a department that required me to go anywhere within the county, really.
Your kit, you've got a body-worn camera on there, you've got the radio. Just take us through, there's one or two other items on there that you've got on your vest. This is our radio, so we can speak to our control room and other colleagues, and we always have someone there to speak to. They pass us information about the incidents. Body-worn video camera obviously is key for both evidential reasons and to protect myself and the public. We've got our PAVA spray here, which we use as a mechanism of either defence or to obtain control of the suspect if they are aggressive. Obviously we risk assess it prior to using that. I've also got just a little torch here, which I find very handy because you can often find yourself in rural areas in this county in the dark. I've got my handcuffs here, which is self-explanatory really, and then I've got my baton as well. This can also be used for gaining control of suspects, but quite often I find it is quite good at looking through letterboxes and getting people's attention. Very handy if there's a dog on the other side of the letterbox. Exactly, Just you don't want to lose your fingers to a no, exactly. To a hound of any sort. Katie, you're going to take us around the vehicle, so let's just head down here.
So in the morning we get a vehicle, we go and get our keys, and then we have a vehicle for the day. We have to give our number plate to our control room, and then it's our vehicle for the day and we have to look after it. Sometimes we have to write in a book to let them know the mileage before we set off, and then at the end of the day we write the mileage at the end too. And then here we have the control panel. So in your 2 years of probation, you should get a driving course. I've just done mine recently, so I can now use all of this. Whereas before I could only press the 999 button to alert my lights when I was stationary. But now I can move with the vehicle and the lights, which is good. And then, yeah, we've got the radio in here too. So instead of using your radio whilst driving, because obviously it's illegal, you need to use your handset, and then the handset here. We also have the sat-nav built in, so before going to a job we'll get control room to give us the postcode, and we'll just chuck it in there, and then hopefully it takes us to the right location.
And then at the back of the vehicle?
Yeah. So in the back we don't really have anything in here. This is where we put our bags and then whoever we're transporting, and then in the back we've got all the equipment we need for a job. We also have paperwork in here, which is very useful, and in here too, and then all the traffic signs that we need.
A basic setup, but what you need, fire extinguisher as well.
Yeah.
And that's your work vehicle for the day.
Yeah.
I don't want to tempt fate by using the Q word, but for the time being, Katie and Kizzy, thank you so much for showing us around, telling us something about Suffolk Constabulary's response work here in Bury St Edmunds, and indeed about your own careers to date. Very best wishes for your future careers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.